Welcome to the St. Bon's Buzz.
I am Theodore.
And I am Foster.
We are second graders at St. Bon's.
The third graders did a great job at All Saints Day Mass on Monday.
They sure did. I can't wait to pick a saint next year.
We have a student council assembly this Friday.
Teachers, don't forget to pass out buckets when you catch kids making good choices.
I hope I get picked as a bucket filler.
Me too. Maybe our grade will be chosen as the Golden Bucket winners.
That would be cool. It's time for another episode of Whose Room Is It Anyway?
Yes, I love to play this game.
Me too. Let's see if you guys can guess whose room these pictures come from.
Did you guess correctly? Well, if you said Mrs. Hamley's library, you are correct.
Yes, I was right. Okay, now it's time for our riddle.
Yes, I love Riddle Day.
Okay, here it is. What is a scarecrow's favorite fruit?
What is a scarecrow's favorite fruit? That's tricky.
If you guys know the answer, write it on a piece of paper with your name and give it to your teacher, or you can put it in Mrs. Hamling's riddle box right inside the library on the black shelf.
We will see if you got it right on tomorrow's show.
Here's the riddle one more time. What is a scarecrow's favorite fruit?
Last week, the Student Council hosted a bagged breakfast and raised over $245 for the Food for the Poor project.
Wow, that is awesome. Let's check out what is for lunch tomorrow.
Lunch on Thursday will be goulash, broccoli, and fruit.
Remember, you can bring your own lunch or eat the school lunch.
Our weather for Thursday is 56 degrees.
Wow, that sounds like nice weather, but you still need to bring a jacket.
And don't forget to bring your water bottle.
Hey Theodore, did you know I'm in Cub Scouts?
Really, that's cool.
Here are a couple sixth graders to tell us about Boy Scouts.
Thanks, guys. My name is Logan.
My name is Alex.
And my name is Draven. We are Boy Scouts in Troop 115.
We meet every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the social hall here at school.
At the beginning of every meeting, we say the Scout Law.
A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Currently, we are working on our Communications Merit Badge. We have to tell about a moment that affected our life in some way.
We also have to write a 5-minute speech and share it with our troop.
Alex has his speech to share with us.
Do you like reading? Would you like to read all day in school? What if every Wednesday the students would be able to read all day? Wednesday. But why would anyone want to dedicate a whole day to reading? 1. The students would be able to meet their AR goals faster. AR tests are when you finish a book, you take a test over the book on a computer. Points are assigned to each book depending on how challenging the book you are reading is. 2. The students would be able to read their 100 minutes every week. As an example, in 6th grade, you are required to read 100 minutes a week. Another benefit of the reading day is that the students would be reading all day. Therefore, there would be no homework and students would be able to spend more time with their families. 4. Students wouldn't be the only ones who benefit from the reading all day. Teachers would have more time to prepare lesson plans for the following day. They would also have more time to grade papers and put it in PowerSchool. If teachers got this done in school, they wouldn't have to do it in the evening at home. They would be able to spend more time with their families. Therefore, they would be able to get enough sleep for the following day. The school day would still be the same. The students would still have lunch and band and PE and all the other stuff. But every time they were in the classroom, they would just read. Reading is important because you can read to learn. Reading to learn is important because you could learn about history, archaeology, and a bunch of other stuff. The types of books in the nonfiction family are informational nonfiction and historical fiction. Historical fiction is a genre with real events but has made-up characters. An example of a historical fiction book is Rush Revere. One of the books is about how the Pilgrims landed in a land they didn't even know. Some of the people are real, but some are made up. An example of a real person is William Bradford. William Bradford is a pilgrim who kept encouraging everyone even when the going got tough. An example of a made-up character is Liberty, who is a horse comedian and a time-traveling horse. Reading for fun is important because you need entertainment. One example of a fiction genre is fantasy. Fantasy is my favorite type of genre. Fantasy is something in a story that can't happen in real life. An example of a fantasy book is Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire is a book about dragons who were raised and trained to stop the war between all the dragons. Students would be assigned a book and read until 2:45 p.m. Once all the people in their group are done with the book, they can take an AR test over the book. Once they finish the test, the group will get together and talk about the book they read. At the end of the day, after they finish talking about the book, the group will give a presentation about the book they read to the whole class. The presentation would include a summary of the book, and everyone would tell their favorite part of the book. You can get books almost anywhere, from libraries or even from your friends.
Boy Scouts is really fun, so I recommend joining once you are old enough. Back to you guys.
Cool, maybe I should join Cub Scouts.
You should. It is fun. Let's stand and pray the St. Michael prayer.
Well, that's all we have time for today.
Thanks for joining us on the St. Mons Buzz.
You check out this information about the commemoration of all the faith departed celebrated yesterday on November 2nd.
Saint of the day for November 2nd. Today is the commemoration of all the faithful departed. The Church has long encouraged prayer for the dead as an act of Christian charity, but today's Feast of All Souls was slow to be formalized. It wasn't until the middle of the 11th century that Saint Odilo, abbot of Cluny Monastery in France, decreed that his monks offer special prayers for the dead on November 2nd, one day after the Feast of All Saints. From there, the custom spread and was adopted throughout the Roman Church. Although graveside food offerings for the dead and other pre-Christian superstitions clung to this observance, more religious customs surround it as well. Public processions or private visits to cemeteries and decorating graves with flowers and lights are appropriate ways to remember the holy souls. In Mexico particularly, All Souls Day or Day of the Dead is observed with great fervor. Few people achieve perfection in this life, but rather go to the grave still scarred with traces of sinfulness. Some period of purification may be necessary before a soul comes face to face with God. the Council of Trent affirmed this and insisted that the prayers of the living can speed the purification process. There's more about the saints along with inspiration and Catholic resources at our website, saintoftheday.org. From Franciscan Media, this has been Saint of the Day.